Guys, a very good afternoon. It is the 16th of July 2025. So today let us discuss this guy and the attack that happened yesterday in Kenya, in two places in Kenya, basically along the border of Kenya and Somalia. So yesterday two simultaneous attacks happened, and they were both roadside bombs. And one targeted a convoy of the Kenya Defense Forces, in which 3 soldiers died and several others were wounded. And another one targeted a civilian vehicle in Bodai, that is in Garissa County, in northeastern Kenya. The other one that targeted the soldiers happened in Lamu, a place called Ikunga in Lamu. So let us discuss this guy and his role and the role that he played. So this guy is called Ahmed Iman. Ahmed Iman Ali is a Kenyan. He was born in Majengo, Nairobi, a suburb in eastern part of Nairobi, Eastlands part of Nairobi. He was born a Muslim. He was a regular at Majengo Mosque in Majengo area within Eastlands, Nairobi. He went to a very good school, that is high school. He went to Jamhuri High School. Then after that he went to Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology to study bachelor's in engineering, that is in electrical engineering. But along the way, I think he was a third year or fourth year, he dropped out and decided to move to the coast part of Kenya, basically in Mombasa. There is where he started to practice the radical kind of Islam. And he was radicalized by, according to reports, he was radicalized by the popular preacher who is now deceased, who was killed, that is Abu Drogo. And around 2008 2009 2010, that's according to the reports, he moved out of Kenya and he moved to southern Somalia, basically to join al-Shabab. And he fully joined al-Shabab, and he became he rose through ranks, and he became the leader. At some point within al-Shabab, he became the leader of all foreign fighters within the group. But there was some disagreement between him and some al-Shabab leaders. There was a fallout, and he moved from southern Somalia and basically came into a place now called Boni Forest. Boni Forest is a huge forest that connects both Somalia and Kenya. It's a very expansive piece of land, a very expansive forest. It begins in Somalia, southern Somalia, basically near Kismayo, and comes deep into Kenya in places like Lamu, Garissa, and even Tana River. So it is said that when he was moving to Somalia, he moved with a lot of youngsters from northeastern Kenya and from coast part of Kenya. He radicalized them. Then he moved with them into Somalia. But when they fell out with these leaders, the al-Shabab leaders in Somalia, he decided to cut off with some few other fighters, and they ran towards Boni Forest. And right now it is said that they are in Boni Forest. About 6 years ago, that is in 2020, it was reported that he was killed in an airstrike by the United States of America, but it was never confirmed. And it seems that he appeared in other videos later. And currently it is said that he is hiding, or he is based within Boni Forest. So there is a huge number of fighters that he decided to live with when he was leaving al-Shabab, basically in southern Somalia. And he is accused of leading several and planning several major attacks within Kenya. That is the Garissa University attack, that is also the Dusutu terror attack, the Westgate attack, and also some attacks against Kenyan forces within Somalia. So he's a wanted man. He's in the most wanted terror list in the United States of America. He has been sanctioned by the Department of State within the United States of America. He's a very wanted man. There's a huge bounty of about $3 million on his head, and still he's being sought by both Kenya and the United States of America. So this individual, he is a Kenyan. He used to lead a huge group of al-Shabab fighters. That is the entire foreign brigade of the al-Shabab fighters. And there was a fallout. He fell out with al-Shabab leaders, and it appeared that he decided to run away, to run for his life. And in the process he ran away with a lot of fighters, and those fighters are the ones now who are causing mayhem in Kenya, along the Kenyan-Somali border, and specifically in coast area. So the guys who are doing this are Kenyans mostly. They are al-Shabab fighters of Kenyan descent from both northeastern and coast region, and they operate within Boni Forest. They carry out attacks, within Garissa, Lamu, and that area within Tana River also. And they've successfully carried out roadside bombs attacks, ambush attacks, attacking police convoys and even military convoys. But it seems that Kenya has success, has had success against this group of Kenyan fighters based in Boni Forest for a very long time now. I think for a year we never heard of a KDF convoy being attacked, or even a police convoy attacked, or even a civilian car being attacked. But it happened that yesterday 2 simultaneous attacks happened, and both were roadside bombs. And it seems that the number of fighters have reduced because Kenya has carried out successful attacks against this group, and they have killed many of them by use of specialized kind of equipment, including drones and surveillance and radar. They use technology to track them, and they ambush them and kill them in huge numbers. So by now their number is very, very much reduced. But the few who are still alive and still can organize and conduct this kind of attacks are still within Boni Forest. And the Kenyan forces is using a special kind of forces that is in the police and also in the army, and also they are making use of the community within the border, that lives within the border, to provide information of any movements of these al-Shabab fighters of Kenyan descent. Cheers.